The intro supposed to be me bowling. No,
No, it's
no,
okay.
you're a lame, bro. That would have been our best intro. That would have been our best intro.
Cue the intro again, for real.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back to the GetBack podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Ayden Jones, and
Damian and Dusten,
we here with an NFL special for a good one today. Episode
22.
22.
22, I like it.
22.
And first,
I'm
trap
gang.
Taylor
It's at least
Swift to start
NFL.
off.
It's NFL bundled up.
I can't co-sign that.
All right, that's
I
fine.
can't co-sign
not
it.
gonna-
But our first NFL special. Obviously, we've given the guys a good NBA special here and
We
there.
gave a couple NBA specials.
And I felt like those were pretty good episodes. But I feel like with the NFL season approaching, I feel like it's only fitting to close out this preseason with having an NFL special and talking to some ball.
Not even that. I feel like these next 2 weeks are where it's going to get a little rough for the NFL. I think
Absolutely.
preseason itself, this preseason has been it's been entertaining to me. I think it's been entertaining more than the other ones to me. The 2 weeks where the third, fourth game gets played, it's tough for NFL fans. So
it is tough.
We got to give y'all a little special today.
It is tough because we see those rosters go from 103 to 53.
53.
And then we also see, I feel like for a lot of teams, especially the teams that we think are going to make these playoff pushes, they have tough schedules to start off with. And I think getting to a hot start is going to be so important for all the teams this year because we've seen in the past, a playoff team struggle in the beginning and then kind of catch a groove. I don't think there's going to be a lot of margin for error because I think there's so many teams that could potentially be good if they just strike gold.
I don't even know if you have to strike gold. I think, I forgot who said it, but they said it best. They came into the league, obviously they're a rookie. College is so different from the NFL because a college team, if they're bad, they're just bad. They don't really have decent players that can still give you a push to go.
Absolutely.
You go in the NFL, the worst team still has Pro Bowlers. They still have good people on their team. Like, it's different. It's different. So, like you said, it's very little room for error when you are going into the season.
And, speaking of room for error, I think it would be so fitting if we just jump right into it. And I feel like I want to talk about I want to go division by division.
That's fine with me.
And I feel like it's only right we start off with the AFC. And I want to pick some of your thoughts on how you think it's going to go in order and, what team you think out of these divisions is going to make the playoffs. Are you ready for that?
We can do that. You want to start off with AFC East or West?
East. Let's start off with AFC East.
AFC East, I think we can make the easy choice by saying the Bills.
I like the Bills. I think they're going to run away with it. I do think I think second place is really a toss-up. No, I think it's a toss-up between the three. Miami,
you want to know who I'm
New
taking
England,
out of that?
and New York.
Miami. I don't think that Miami will be up in there. Who I do think will be a very sleeper good team, the Jets. Patriots, I think everybody's kind of jumped on their train. We know what their possibilities can be this year.
And I don't think that they're going to do
the Patriots.
Yeah. I think they could win 7-8 games. I just don't. They don't have a great.
They have a very complete team, like all around. They have a pretty decent team, and that's why everybody's kind of jumping on their world right now.
They do. I'm actually still concerned about their wide receiver room. Like, we don't know. Like, is Diggs? What is he gonna look like?
That's what I was about to say. I think Diggs is actually. I think that was like their missing piece. They got the defense, got the line on both sides. I think Diggs can complete that for Drake.
And I think this is all super predicated on how Drake May plays. If Drake May runs into that sophomore slump that many young quarterbacks have ran into, I think then we're looking at the Patriots as a 6 to 7 win team if Drake May doesn't play well. So I think it
depends on Drake and also their coach Mike. I think Mike is a very well. He's a very good coach. I think he has to play into how Drake May's system is going to be ran, and I don't know if that makes sense. I think they're gonna have to simply just work together for them to have a decent team because I think they're gonna win 8 games this year, 8 to 9 games. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And here's my thing. I think when we talk about the Jets and the Dolphins, the Jets and Dolphins are both streaky teams too.
Yeah.
God forbid if they get hot, if Tua Tagovailoa
Especially
is
the
hot.
Dolphins. When the Dolphins get hot, they're usually pretty hot.
Their
Until they
offense
play
is
a team
potent.
that's in the snow.
Exactly. And their offense is potent. So,
right.
Like I said, if Drake May kind of slips up a little bit, then it could be the Dolphins for the taking.
Yeah.
But then we take a look at the team like New York. How's Justin Fields going to play? Like, this is a division where
they're going to be not. That's what I don't want to say good. I don't want to put any.
Yes,
high
it's crazy. It's
expectations
going to be a
on them.
very competitive division.
Yeah,
When I look at these guys, knowing that they're going to play each other twice a year, these are games where I think winning your division games is going to be critical.
I think the Jets,
AFC
Jets and a
West and the
Patriots
AFC
game is
East.
going to be cinema. I'm ready to see a Jets and a Patriots game. I think that can be a good balanced.
We already got some good games from last year, believe it or not. So
yeah.
Listen, with both of the rosters being better, I think this is the AFC East in itself will be a competitive division amongst themselves.
Yeah.
But I think there's better teams in the AFC in general that,
I think the AFC is always not always, but recently they've been a little bit more competitive. We can jump into now AFC South. I'm gonna ask you, who do you think is taking that?
I think the Texans do.
Okay. Sleeper team though?
If I had to say a sleeper team in the AFC South, it would be
I got one.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
It would be Jacksonville. Because for me, when I look at Indianapolis and I look at Tennessee, these are two teams that
for some reason all three of those teams depend on injuries.
Yeah.
Every single one.
But I also think the Titans, like I said, young quarterback. I think Cam Ward's gonna be a good quarterback, but I don't think he's gonna
too much on his back. It's a little too much of a burden to take on with that Titans team.
I agree. And then Indianapolis, that's just a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Oh, we really just they selected Daniel Jones to be the quarterback.
Daniel Jones will be starting at quarterback though.
And it's an odd decision. I get it. I wonder how long it's gonna last. You also basically just demoralized your young quarterback in Anthony Richardson. And now I don't know if that could have been the nail in the coffin for his career. If he doesn't get traded. If he didn't get traded.
The thing I say no is because he's so much younger than still a lot of QBs who are rookies right now. He's 23.
Yeah.
He's 23 years old right now. And his what year?
This year three.
Third?
Year three now.
Third. He's 23 years old. He has time.
But we say he's going into his third year, yet he's only played about 16 games. So it's also kind of hard to. You're getting a small sample size.
We're seeing that, but when we talk about the Jaguars, their quarterback is very injury prone. Also,
very injury prone, but
very injury. Dog, he's
they
had
added to the line
9 to 8 injuries in the past 2 years.
Yeah, and obviously he had that back concussion towards the end of the season against
ACL
the Texans.
joint, he's had some stuff.
Listen, I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. I think they've given him some weapons. They've beefed up that line a little bit. New head coach. I really want to see what Cohen has dialed up for him, because in training camp he looks phenomenal. Trevor Lawrence has been throwing the ball accurate. He's been calm, composed. And listen, I know it's training camp, but he does look good. So that could be a sleeper team against the Texans.
Yeah.
But I'm banking on C.J. Stroud is going to make that leap after his little sophomore slump. And also, they were injured. So
I can't call it. Me personally, I think I'm being biased. I think seeing who he is, I know y'all know where he comes from, the Big O. I think it wasn't his fault last year. There's no way you lose basically every single receiver.
There was some moments that he had where it was his fault. But
that team, they weren't the most injured, but they just couldn't win, dog. Every single receiver was going down. It was looking bad. It was looking bad. So I think he's gonna pop back out.
Their wide receiver core was so depleted last year.
But it was going into that season. I thought they were top five because they had their wide receiver wasn't a duo. They had a decent duo. They just had a nice wide receiver core. It was Diggs is their one, and a lot of just other twos.
Nico, Tank.
You could call it 2A, 2B if you wanted to with Nico and Tank. I thought that they had that little core. So,
and I think that's really going to derail them this year, though. That if one thing does derail the Texans this year, it's going to be that offense, because I think their defense is always going to be stout.
Yeah.
It's going to be the offense, and more so the X factor players like wide receiver, running back.
Still got a decent tight end though.
They do. Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
And Schultz. Yeah,
Schultz. But still, I think, like I'm saying, I don't think their offense is going to be terrible. Like, you think it's going to be worse than it was last year with all the Missing pieces?
No, because I think simply CJ won't allow it. I think CJ will develop more I think he's genuinely going to ascend.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see on that. But give me the Texans winning that division, and here's my order: Texans, Jags, Titans, Colts.
I'm gonna say Texans, Jags, Colts, Titans.
Okay, I rock
We
with
can
that.
jump into
I wanna ask
AFC.
you- I want to ask you about the AFC North.
Talk
I
to
feel
me.
like you got expertise on it, so it don't be fitting to ask you. AFC North, obviously, you got Baltimore, you got Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. What do you make of the division this year?
The Ravens will definitely run off with the AFC North title. I think that's the easy choice. I'm not gonna jump into that too far. I think Lamar's gonna have a very good season again, like he always does. I think he proves a lot of people wrong every year. I think their offense is complete. Like if it wasn't for Mark Andrews, I think that they would have had some stuff happen last year also. So
Yep.
they're gonna take number one. I think the Bengals will possibly right below it. I think they're not gonna be as good, but I think the Bengals will have a somewhat decent team, depending on if their defense doesn't allow 50 points per game.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. Do you think that Bengals defense ends up
It's
fortifying itself
harsh.
a little bit?
It's harsh. Because honestly, you still don't really know what's happening to Trey. Because apparently now he's on trade block list, so we don't know if that's a missing piece that you will have. If you do, that's gonna hurt even worse than your defense. Because your defense sucks. Defense is terrible.
So obviously you have Baltimore running away with it, and you have the Bengals being a close second. I want to ask you about these two teams, not because we're assuming that they're going to be great, but there has been a lot of buzz around them and their future. First of all, I want to dial into Cleveland really quick. Obviously, the roster is going to be cut down to 53 man, a 53-man roster. The expectation is there will not be 5 or even 4 quarterbacks on the roster. What 3 are you hearing that the Cleveland Browns are going to keep and retain on the team?
Pretty sure it's going to be Joey as the first starting quarterback, Joe Flacco, which of course that was announced. Dylan Gabriel will be our second string. Then Shador Sanders 2 times will be our third.
So Kenny Pickett and Hundley will no longer be on the team.
Hundley, I kind of feel bad for both of them. Kenny Pickett was never in the race to even be competing on our team. And I think he knew that from the start. Well, the first week at least. The first week before we had Joe Flacco and our drafts and everything, he was going to be our starter.
Yep.
After that week passed, he literally knew that he had no competition. Like he wasn't competing with anybody to start on our team or to even play.
Yeah.
So he's going to be cut. We know that. Hundley's cut to all. Like he's not playing. Like he's not going to play. So
which is crazy because he did play well in this.
He played well,
and he's a good backup quarterback.
Yeah.
So obviously Joe Flacco was named the starter for week 1. Is that going to stay that way, do you think, throughout the season? Or do you think that they will make a quarterback change in the middle of the season?
Give it about 5 weeks. 5 weeks. I don't think he plays terrible. I think it's just going to be how it kind of was in 2023, where he throws some decent touchdown passes, but it's also 3 picks in between those touchdown passes per game. I think it's going to stack up like a rapid fire, and it's possibly going to switch off. Dylan Gabriel may be playing by week 5 in the NFL.
No Shador. No Shador
Like I said, he's the second string. I think because of his name, we want Shador to be the second stringer. I don't think that he's going to be our second stringer.
That's fair enough. Lastly, I want to ask about Pittsburgh. Obviously,
that's a crazy team.
It's an interesting team.
We had a pretty deep talk about the Steelers last night too. That team really kind of, because honestly, as a Steelers hater, I don't know if they're going to be good or not. I think
it's so up in the air.
Is their easiest season to have a losing season? I don't know. Because I don't know.
Because you add DK, you get Aaron Rodgers, who you don't know what you're going to get out of that yet. Because let's be real, in training camp, he looks so slow.
He looks just old. Like he looks like an old snail. I explained y'all this to throw last night, man. He throws with that flick. He at least
and it's not gonna fly.
It's not.
It's not gonna fly come actual game time. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what type of offense they dial up for Aaron, because they're gonna definitely have to dial up an offense that fits him and him only. Because God, Mike Tomlin, I don't want to say had it lucky having Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, but he did have almost this like cat in the bag where, oh man, it's not working. Let's put Justin in for these run plays, or he could throw.
He didn't.
He didn't. He got a contract.
And that's why I think that's why he got paid.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see them go back to a traditional pocket passing offense. You're definitely This is just me. If you want to preserve A-Rod, you're going to have to put him in a shotgun a lot so he can genuinely, when he backs up, he's not getting bull rushed because he's going to be slow. And the run game's going to suffer because of that. And we know Mike T likes to run the ball. It's going to be interesting. They're going to have to get creative. The RPOs, stuff like that.
I think the run game is actually going to be somewhat decent.
I actually think their pass game's going to be more decent because with guys like Jonnu Smith, Firemouth, I think their tight ends are actually going to be more important than their wide receivers. So a ceiling, you know what? They'll be the sleeper team.
I think their defense is going to carry them.
Yes, and I think they're the sleeper team though for the AFC North.
That's what I'm saying. If the Bengals, like I said, if they do get 50 scored on them every single game,
it's going to be hard.
The Steelers will be second team. Yes, the Browns will unfortunately only win about 4 games this year. We're going to be on the bottom, but like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, man, Arch Manning is on the way. AFC West, man. We got the Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Chargers. Who's your team that you think is walking out of that? I thought that's a very niche race.
This first of all, for starters, this is the best division in football this year. I think that's just without being said. I think when you got a team like Kansas City who just went to the Super Bowl, a team that's getting better like the Chargers, the Broncos we're hearing have ascended, and the Raiders who, God forbid, if you were to place them in like the AFC South or you were to put them in any other division, they're a team that could potentially, the ceiling, win 10, 11 games.
Right.
So, it stacked division. Who do I think is going to win the division?
I thought this is a cat.
It's so hard because you know how it's going to go? Week by week, it's always going to change for everybody. Yeah. It's going to be like, nah, they're going to win. Nah, they're going to win. And this is no bias. And it sounds bad, but I think give me the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. Do you have a sleeper team that you think can possibly come up on there?
No, because I think the Chiefs will be a second. But when we can't say that they're a sleeper team, if anything, I actually think they're the fall-off team.
The Broncos are probably actually kind of the sleeper.
Yeah, they're the sleeper team that I think coming up because
I think a sleeper team is the Chargers, bro. I think the Chargers will actually be second in the division.
That's
no matter who's first, whether it's you guys or the Chiefs. I think it will be the Chargers at second. If that does happen, then y'all will be at third, or the Chiefs will be at third.
I think for me, the only reason why I can't say the Chargers is, we saw Justin Herbert throw 4 interceptions that playoff game. Yes, they added some players. They've had some injuries this preseason, some huge injuries that I think we've kind of just glanced over. Yeah. The injury to their Pro Bowl offense tackle, Rashawn Slater, is going to be massive. You're taking away Justin Herbert's safety blanket of an offensive tackle. And you're going to play 2 defenses because let's not kid ourselves. Spagnuolo runs a tight ship around there in Kansas City. You're now going to be playing 2 top 10 defenses twice a year, going up against 2 front fours that, God willing, can get 4.
It's a tough division.
4 or 5 sacks every game. I really think that's going to hurt the Chargers. I don't think their run game got any better losing J.K. I don't think their wide receiver room got any better with Keenan. He's old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the Broncos. I just don't see the Chargers. I don't see the Chargers making noise like fair. That. I see, if anything, I see the Chiefs staying the Chiefs. And if that doesn't happen, I think they take some losses and Denver sneaks out winning division. I just think Bo Nix, I think he's going to run that offense a lot smoother he's going to run it a lot smoother earlier on than when we saw him first play. And that's going to be the important situation. I'm not saying he's going to play better than he did last year. I'm saying early on when he was throwing 90 yards against the Jets to win in a barn burner, that's not going to happen. You're going to see Bo actually, Bo got him that touch. Like, Bo won them that game. Like, you're going to say that.
I think he had a couple moments last year where he won you guys the game.
Of course. We look at, like, the game when they played Atlanta, when they ran away with that, when the Raiders. We look at a bunch of games. He played well. I think he's going to get off to a faster start, and that's going to be important.
Let's jump into the NFC. I'm going to go backwards than we did for the first time. Start with the NFC West. We've got the Cardinals, Rams, 49ers and Seahawks.
Give me the Arizona Cardinals to win that division. And you know what?
I disagree.
I know, and I know who you're gonna say. You're gonna say the Rams, aren't you? Who are you gonna say?
I think the 49ers have a bounce back season.
That is crazy.
I think the 49ers have a bounce back season.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think here's my take on Arizona. I think because you and me talked about the development of Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. and we talked how important that was. We've been seeing it a little bit in training camp. We've been hearing that they have a good relationship right now. Their defense is pretty stout. I know they lost some corners, which that's gonna hurt the secondary. Yeah, and Will Johnson, and their front four is solid. They have good linebacker core. The offense, it has some diversity to it, and I like it. And I think if Kyler Murray can set off and have a good year, they can win the NFC West. Obviously, it would have to be a big jump. So that's also going to be my sleeper team because that's also going to be my hot prediction, basically. But yeah, and then you're seeing the 49ers with their injuries to wide receiver. And
I think I think they had a pretty decent draft. I don't think that they're going to I think last year with all the injuries, you lost some players. I think this year is going to be another bounce back. It's going to be simply a bounce back team.
For me, I just can't go there.
Their defense is still good. I feel like people act like they're just
but they're young. They're young. And it's not more so the defense I'm worried about. That offense is genuinely not as potent as it once was. When you had guys first of all, we're not going to see Ayuk for a little minute. They don't have obviously they don't have Debo. Ricky Parcell and
you don't like Ricky?
Ricky's
okay, a stud. Ricky been a stud
wide receiver
Florida.
1.
I don't know if he's a wide receiver 1.
Jawan Jennings is hurt. Jawan Jennings also is not going to play for a little while.
Holy crap!
So for me right now,
dang.
That's what I'm saying. And what I said earlier in the podcast was super important. These teams are going to have to get off to a hot start. And if we're already starting off with these injuries, and they already have injuries to their rookie linebacker, Mikael Williams, when you're already having injuries like this before we even enter the preseason, and then the also added concern of what Christian McCaffrey are we going to get this year? Is he going to play?
I think
14 to 17 games, or are we only going to see him play in 8 games? Yeah. So that's another important thing, because honestly, my concern is no longer with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy can play. He's a top 15 quarterback in the league, unequivocally.
Yeah.
So it really just all depends on their offense and what Shanahan can dial up for these younger players, because to be quite honest with you, I just don't see their offense taking them to win their division. I just don't see that.
I hear that. Let's go up into the
and lastly, I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad.
The Rams could also take it.
The Rams could be a sleeper team.
The Rams
that would be my sleeper team because they can be decent. I think you got Jared Verse can possibly have a breakout. Literally, a full unleash a demon type of breakout season. Their offense is still pretty. You added Devontae. They could be a sleeper team. They could be a sleeper team.
That, and I think Matthew Stafford is still going to ascend as he always does.
He looks slightly old, but he always has that sauce on him.
He has that arm. As long as he has that arm, they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua, they got Tutu. I think they got Tutu Atwell still, which I know that's a crazy pull, but I think he's a good wide receiver, and I genuinely think he's a good playmaker.
They had a deep run. You forget they lost in a Snow Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles. To the point Philly couldn't throw. They couldn't throw. It came down to who's a better running back. They had Saquon Barkley. It was nothing you could do. It was nothing you could do.
And not for nothing.
They played good.
For some of that game, they would stop Saquon, and it would make us go,
I don't know. Saquon was doing some ungodly things that game. He broke off for 256.
Yeah, it was.
Let's not
crazy.
talk about that game, but just know it came down to simply who could run on the feet in a sport game. If not, they would have been uncomfortable conversations also.
Oh yeah, but I like I said, I think the Rams could be a sleeper team. But give me Arizona in that division.
Let's head into the NFC North. Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, and the Minnesota Vikings. I think that this is also going to be a kind of fun division this year.
It is
for the NFC.
I actually think it's the most competitive division
in the NFC.
Within themselves in the NFC. Yeah. And man, when I tell you this, The race for the NFC North is solely predicated on one man. That's Caleb Williams. I never thought I'd say that because
no, I don't know. I think that they actually have potential to be still either the third or fourth team in that division, with all the Ben Johnsons, everything.
I think they can go ahead and win that division.
Wow. You don't think that? Do you think that the
Against the
Packers have a good season this year?
Or
let me say, do you think that Jordan Love, with added on to all the good draft they had,
I think the Packers are fine. I'm more so worried about
wide receiver
Minnesota.
one. That's what I'm saying. I told you. I think they're just competing with Minnesota and the Chicago Bears on that third and fourth. I think Minnesota will have a derail season. Sadly, I don't think they're gonna put up 13 games again.
I agree. I don't think derail. I think
are they winning 8 to 7 games this year?
They could win more. Look, that's what I'm saying. It's such a competitive division. I don't even know. Yeah. It's so tough for me
because you have to play these three teams 2 times.
You know what my safe pick is going to be? Give me the Detroit Lions one in the NFC North, just as my safe pick. But man, I'll tell you what: if Caleb Williams can get off to a hot start in that Ben Johnson offense,
I think they will look completely different. I will say that they would that
the offensive line. Team. You're finally giving him time in the pocket. Because that's another thing. I think Caleb needs to become a better pocket passer.
Yeah.
If he wants to succeed. And I know Ben Johnson likes getting creative and stuff. Caleb is simply going to have to become a better pocket passer. Him turning his entire back to the offensive line is not okay. He did that on so many occasions where he's fully turning his entire back to his offense. That's not something that's sustainable. It's cute in college and it works. Take Johnny Football, for example, who is the GOAT.
How often does that reign into the NFL, though?
Exactly. But the only reason why I think we look at Caleb a little differently is because we saw him have a little success.
A little bit behind a very bad offensive line.
Yes. So that's why I think we're like, oh, Caleb can be good. And we're not putting him in these bus conversations.
I think it still comes down to Caleb having that mental adjustment of where he can actually know where to throw the ball, where what defense, where the mic is. You have to know all of that. I think now he just has more time to really identify and visualize it. Now, this is the time that you have. Absolutely. Ben Johnson is going to be he's going to have his OC in his ear. And now you have a good coach, everything.
And you brought up such a good point on that end because Eberflus basically lost them a game on Thanksgiving when they wouldn't call a timeout. And Caleb is, as a rookie quarterback, listen, we know he's a professional. Yes, he should have known about the clock and stuff. I think also think that he had the say to be like,
you have to know, but it comes down to more than just him. That's something that your staff should have covered for you. He shouldn't have had to make that play. And he got trashed for it too, and he shouldn't have had to do that. He shouldn't have to.
But yeah, I think Caleb's play is going to be important as it pertains to Jordan Love and the J.J. McCarthys and the Jared Goffs. I think Jared Goff's going to play well. I think Jordan Love's going to play well. J.J. McCarthy is another big question mark coming into the season.
McCarthy, I think
because what if he can be?
This is basically
Sam Darnold 2.0
season. Even though he got the time to learn behind Sam Darnold, I don't know how much that's gonna switch over to his play.
What if he can be the Sam Darnold 2.0 with just a little more mobility?
I feel like it's not as hard when you're playing with the number 1 wide receiver in the league.
Wow, number 1
when you're playing. Last time I do that, who's number 1?
Jamar. Huh? Jamar Chase. That's the triple crown. So if
Jamar Chase is better than Justin.
Yeah,
Jefferson.
if you're the triple crown right now, yeah, I have to say that. Yeah, you're the triple crown.
The person who's getting a ball from Joe Burrow, compared to someone who's got the ball from Sam Darnold and 4 to 5 of the QBs prior years.
Yeah,
we're not going into that conversation.
We don't have to.
Justin is better.
That's fine. Jamar Chase is better, but Minnesota obviously. We know Jets is going to get his anyway, but I think J.J. McCarthy building a rapport with his other receivers and
Addison, that's
going to be
is pretty decent.
Yes, but I think that's going to be more important than his connection with J Jets. Because to your point, J Jets is one of the best, so he's going to be open anyway.
Yeah,
building a rapport with guys like Hawkinson,
I feel like Hockenson is such an easy target too
He
because
is.
he is
He is so
so
good.
elusive off
He
that
is.
line. Like I think
He's a great
he's
one.
one of the best blocking tight ends in the league.
Yes.
The way that he gets off of that line and he has some speed.
He's just mini Kittle.
Mini Kittle.
He's
I can
just
see
mini
that.
Kittle.
Sam Laporte is a mini Kittle. Laporta is that mini Kittle. He is mini Kittle. You're tripping.
Hawk is so when healthy. But I will say this: when we talk about Minnesota, it's just such a tough subject because we already didn't think that they were going to win 13 games last year with Sam
I feel like
Darnold.
every year they're always a sleeper team
Because it's because the head coach.
Head coach is pretty good.
Awesome.
Head coach is pretty good. Yeah. We can go into the NFC South. Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints, and the Tampa Buccaneers.
Can I just say I want to say, obviously the Saints have won the Super. I'm talking about the past 20 years. Obviously the Saints have gone to the Super Bowl. Bucks won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Panthers have gone. But man, I'll tell you what. It seems like every year I look at this division, they always suck.
They always.
This is the worst.
No.
This might be.
You're saying it's gang.
And I'm saying this before the ascension.
You used to watch football too. I remember 2018, 2017.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
That
they were competitive.
Was
sure,
pure cinema.
But like I'm saying, like when we look at the AFC West, we look at.
I feel like this
AFC North, other divisions.
It's going to be not.
This is genuinely
it's
just
not going to be as
good.
competitive. It's not going to be as competitive as the AFC West and the NFC. What do we say? The NFC North, whatever. Dog, this division, the Falcons are going to be a sleeper, very decent team. I swear they will.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
No,
Panthers
they won't, because
will
it's going to
have
be the Panthers.
A breakout season.
Yeah.
Bryce Young is going to have a breakout season. They finally decided to get the man help.
I would agree. But here's my thing. I have Tampa winning that division.
Of course you do. That's your runner. That's your runner.
Yeah. I have Tampa winning that division unequivocally. And then I have the Panthers at 2. And then Atlanta at 3.
But it can switch, can it not? The only person that sucks right now is the Saints.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're not even going to talk about the Saints.
3 teams right there.
I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm not an Atlanta believer.
Huh?
I'm really not an Atlanta believer.
You don't have to be an Atlanta believer. I think they're putting together pieces slowly.
I don't like the play I saw from Michael Penix Jr. in the games that he played last year, and I know he was kind of thrown into the mix.
I don't know. I feel like
I wasn't that much a fan. He made some good throws. I just really think he's going to struggle because this is almost his rookie year because he's starting off the season. This is going to be a different feel.
This is like a rookie season and a half. What do you think the Panthers are going to do this season? Like winning, like record wise,
they could win 8-9 games, but that's great for them.
That's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's like super big because then you're going into the next season after this one with some confidence.
You could take the Detroit. Detroit method and just build it.
Yeah. Could be that.
You could do that.
They followed. The Detroit method has already been followed by the Broncos, the Chargers, the Bears. Like they're building that. They're building the creative offense. Make sure the defense is stout.
Yeah,
and we're good to go. I think for Carolina, the hump that they're going to run into is they have good X factor players on the defense. I wish their linebacker core was a little better because I think that's linebackers on the defense probably the most important part of defense.
That's fair.
But yeah, give me the Bucks, and I'll say this: if Chris Godwin can return to like full health how he is already with Mbuka,
I think Tampa Bay is going to be.
They're giving Baker everything to play, every toy in the book.
Because you want to know what? Baker slightly had an MVP candidate season last year. Not his numbers. Don't say, oh, no, he did. I know try to say, shut up, bro. His play alone. Like visually watching that man, the plays that he was making, yes, bro. Like, yeah.
I don't think he was the MVP.
But no, he
MVP
was
caliber. MVP caliber.
I don't think so. MVP caliber.
I don't think so.
He played MVP caliber.
But he did play good, and he was making those throws, to your point. And I think for you to only add receivers to the mix, Lord help me. Because I actually think Chris might slide down. He might just become your straight slot receiver. Or you also might see Mike play the slot a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to try to preserve
Mike
him.
Probably going to the slot a little bit.
Chris is better for size because you still want Mike as your red zone threat, and you still want him as your go ball. It's just he's getting a little older, but that's okay. He hasn't lost a step. He hasn't lost a step yet. From what we have seen, he has not lost a step. We're not going to sit here and act like he has.
Because you think about the defenders that's guarding the slot.
Like I said, if Chris can come back healthy, he's the slot. Now, it all depends.
I think I'd rather see Chris as a red zone threat.
No.
No?
No.
You think Mike's like
Mike is like that. And Mbuka's a good I
think that's their two regardless.
Yes.
Like regardless
I think
of
his
what
speed,
happens,
his elusiveness,
showing
his
out.
His run after the catch, that's gonna be so
he
big.
He was torching people in the joint practices, bro. He was doing them dirty.
Give me a breakout season from Bucky Irvin.
I feel like I didn't go over that because we had a decent segment about Bucky when we did your pot at your crib. Bucky, he one of my favorites. He moved. He's like a power truck back, and he gonna go.
And I think he's actually gonna have a breakout year because that he's gonna be one of the focal points of that offense now. And I think Tampa runs away with it. I think honestly, ceiling for Tampa, 11, I can see 12. them. 12, 13. Yeah, they can 12, be like
they
that.
Can get up there if they have like they're just in a streaky season. They can get 13.
And if Baker's hot, he's hot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree. Okay, last division, NFC East: Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Commanders, the Dallas Cowboys.
What a revamped division. And I say this because we used to call the NFC East the NFC least because genuinely every team was not good.
Yeah.
And then came around the Eagles, then the Cowboys.
Slightly the Cowboys.
And enters the conversation after Jayden Daniels takes them to the conference championship
sophomore
game.
Season. I think it's really up to him and Bo who's going to have the best sophomore seasons. Because if not, it's going to be Caleb. But I think those two right there, they're going to be competing for a different race.
And I think that's why they're playing each other in prime time in the later half of the season, because I think it's going to have playoff implications, and they want to see those two duke it out. But in come the Commanders, a team that I actually think is going to take the division, not the Eagles.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. I think the Eagles
Washington takes the division.
The division. Because here's my take on it. I think Philly, they're still going to be obviously over 10 wins, playoffs. I don't think Cowboys are going to do that great. Giants are not going to be good either. The Eagles are going to take a step back defensively.
I think the Eagles are going to dominate again. I think Commanders can be a very good wild card runner-up. I don't know.
I just really listen. The Eagles lost a lot of those defensive players that they had in that Super Bowl, and I think defense, more especially defense, you have to be dialed in with your players in order to succeed.
Yeah.
So breaking up that defense a little bit, that hurts bad. Obviously, they still have Cooper DeJean. They have a good secondary. But now I'm slightly worried about the front four.
The front four you worried about?
Yeah, two of them are gone.
I know, but I think Carter, he just a dog.
Carter,
I think by himself, he just be doing some things, and you look like, damn.
Absolutely. But I think that was their calling card last year, and I don't think it is going to be there anymore.
What?
So they're going to have to find something else, whether it's an even more potent offense. Yes. Maybe more so in the pass game.
Offense, their O-line.
I think they'll be able to open up the
receivers, the running back.
I think they'll be able to open up the pass game a little more now, with defenses more focusing on Saquon.
The same way that the Ravens did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I think the offense can really open up, but I think the defense does take a hit.
I don't think people talk about that enough. The Ravens utilize that so good.
They do.
Utilize it. Going to my bad.
And that's why I think the Commanders can take it. I think especially if Jayden Daniels, if he can build a rapport with Scary Terry even more.
What about the running back?
They traded Brian Robinson Jr., which indicates that they do like some of the younger guys. Yeah. And I think it also tells me that they might go to a running back by committee. And I think it's actually kind of smart with the athleticism of Jayden Daniels. I'm not saying they're going to run a Ravens-style offense.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you want to get cute and run some triple option, RPO with the read option, these are things you can now do because your quarterback is so mobile, so elusive. And I will say, out of all the younger quarterbacks that are mobile and elusive, Jaden Daniels might be the smartest. He will go out of bounds. He will slide.
Yeah.
He's not going to take unnecessary
I
contact.
think that's simply him playing at LSU.
Yes, he will not take
LSU
any unnecessary contact.
That they always see they have good quarterback play. I think the way that they what am I trying to say? The way that they set them up for the NFL is always so much more. Like they built them for the NFL. They don't build them for college. They built them for the NFL.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I also think too. We have to give Cliff credit. Cliff Cliffsbury, their offensive coordinator, we have to give him credit.
Yeah.
He's implemented, basically, to your point, that college-style offense that they was running at LSU, just so much more polished that it actually works in the NFL. When they were in those playoff games going for it on 4th down, I was astounded. There was you remember the first drive of the game? They went for it on 4th 3 times. I mean, wow, you got to have the cojones to do that. They did it. They succeeded. And I think that's only built their confidence going into this season. Look out for the Commanders to take that spot from Philly.
I like that. I feel like we've got through all of our divisions. We can switch over. I got a little game that I do want to play. It's called Who Am I?
Okay.
I'm going to give off a couple little stats, some information, just like a little stuff about the player. You tell me who you think it is. Is that cool?
I'm okay with that. I like that.
First player, we're going to kick it off with, I feel like a sleeper. I was a first pick in 2020.
The first overall pick in 2020?
He was a first round pick.
Okay. I was about to say,
not the first pick,
okay.
A first round pick. He has played for 2 NFC North teams, not NFC North, 2 NFC teams. And he also led all tight ends in receptions last year. All tight ends, every single one.
All tight ends.
Like this low-key tough one. I had to give you a tough one to start off.
And this is a tight end.
It's tight end.
2020. Led the league in receptions this year. Oh, give me division again? You said North?
NFC. No North.
Oh,
just
NFC.
Just NFC by itself.
I'm going through the teams right now. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. NFC. Let me just see NFC teams real quick. Is it McBride? I looked at Arizona and I was like, "Oh my God, McBride led the league in receptions."
I think nobody talks about that.
Going back into that, because wow, for McBride to lead for tight ends in receptions, and we're now expecting Kyler Murray to build a better rapport with Marvin. Mm-hmm. This offense can be potent. Yeah, they could take that division. I just further prove my take.
Wow.
Appreciate you.
All right. I was drafted in 2021. I've played for the Bears, played for the Steelers, and now I have once through for 7 touchdowns in a single game. Who do you believe that is?
What? Repeat that one more time.
I was drafted in 2021. I've played for the Bears and the Steelers. Oh, I'm so sorry. I read that's why you were like, what? Because it's not the 7 touchdowns. I led all QBs in rushing touchdowns.
Oh, Justin Fields.
My bad. Yeah, I was like 7 touchdowns.
I was like, whoa, bro.
I did look forward to going to that one because I thought that one is looking weird too.
Yeah, Justin Fields. Wow. Yes. You know what? I will say this. Justin Fields, he has tremendous upside for the Jets. I really think at a ceiling level, he could really flourish in that offense. I just hope Glenn doesn't.
I think Glenn's gonna utilize him very good. I don't want to hear no.
He's a defensive. No, he's a defensive head coach. So I'm saying I hope what the offensive coordinator that he has brought in, I hope it is similar to that Ben Johnson style or that West Coast offense that fits Justin, because you don't want to be a traditional pocket passer.
I like that. I'm so sorry because I was already kind of skipping ahead. I did once throw. Yeah, you did. I did once throw for 7 touchdowns in a game. I played for 4 teams since 2015. And I won a Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers.
Not Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to say it one more time. I played for 4 teams since 2015. I once threw for 7 touchdowns in one game.
Is it like an egregious?
It's not egregious, but like
Is
he was decent. He was decent.
You like that? Is it you like that? Okay. For some reason, I thought it was.
That's actually not a bad pool, though.
Yeah,
It's not a bad pool, but no, it's not.
Because when I remember when he threw 509 in Atlanta on that Monday night game.
I played for 4 teams since 2015. I won a Super Bowl, and I once threw for 7 touchdowns in a single game. You got one more choice, and I'm gonna say it.
Say it one more time. That's it.
I've played for 4 teams since
2015.
I won a Super Bowl, and I have once threw for 7 touchdowns in one single game. I feel like I'm matching them also.
Can you give me one team or no?
The team that he won a Super Bowl with?
No, just give me one. Just give me honestly like the worst one that he was on.
The Bears. At the time.
What, a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Since 2015? 7 touchdowns in a game?
Yes.
Did he play for the Chiefs?
Not play for the Chiefs. He also played for the Colts, I'm pretty sure.
And the Chiefs?
Yes. No, not the Colts. The Chiefs and the Rams.
Carson Wentz?
No.
It's Carson Wentz?
No.
What?
No, it is Nick Foles. Yes. I'm so sorry. I've played for the Vikings, Panthers, and now the Broncos. Oh, it's not the Broncos. He's not played for the Broncos. He's played for the Panthers. I've never had a 1,000-yard season, but I've scored 10 touchdown seasons twice, and I'm a stud. Just a stud. I'm a stud. I go out there as an older man. I'm a stud. I've played for the Vikings and the Panthers. I've never had a 1,000-yard season, but I've scored 10-plus touchdowns twice in the season.
I've scored 10-plus touchdowns. Receiving?
Receiving. He's a wide receiver.
And not over 1,000 yards, though.
Has not gone over 1,000 yards. He's a receiver. I've played for the Vikings and the Panthers.
Adam Thielen. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That was
give me one more.
All right. I feel like this is going to be probably our last one. I was drafted in 2019. I've played for the Titans and the Eagles. And I had 16 sacks in 2024 and led the league in QB hits.
Carter?
Not Carter.
No, hold on. I played for the Titans
and the Eagles. I was drafted in 2019. I played for the Titans and the Eagles. I had 16 sacks in 2024 and led the league in QB hits.
And how many sacks would he led?
16.
Damn.
He's pretty decent, and hopefully they want him to have a little bounce back this year, actually.
And teams, the 2 teams again? I'm sorry.
Titans and Eagles.
Titans and Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Titans and Eagles. Jeffrey Simmons?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Do you want one more? Are we go with one more?
I'm going with one more.
All right. I feel like this was a little easier, but we'll end it off with this one. I was drafted in 2018. I threw for over 3,500 yards in 2024, but I still missed the playoffs. And I've played for the Panthers and the Browns. Who is that?
One more time.
I was drafted in 2018. I threw for over 3,500 yards.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I once I heard the QB.
Baker Mayfield. I didn't want to give up all the teams.
You mind if we go to another segment brought to you by the GetBack shop?
Dude, what you got to do?
I want to play Draft or Pass. This is a game, obviously, heading into fantasy football season. We got our fantasy draft tonight. Mark that on the calendar. I'm going to give you some players, and I want you to tell me if you're drafting them or if you're passing on them. You cool with that?
Yeah.
First player, we have Jamar Chase. Are you drafting or passing?
I think everybody's going to draft that player. I would hope so. I hope you cannot draft that player.
Bijan Robinson.
Bijan is going to be the 3rd best running back in this whole league. I hate to tell y'all.
3rd, okay. So who are the 2 that are gonna be
Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley?
Okay.
Those are the only 2 I'm putting over Bijan this year.
I can respect that. Jahmyr Gibbs.
depends on how they're still splitting those carries. I think that they were very generous last year of how they did it. If they can have that Sonic and what was it? Sonic and who was their other partner? Sonic and wherever his other partner is.
Knuckles.
Knuckles. They could have the Sonic and Knuckles little bounce off. I'm gonna say draft.
Nico Collins. And the reason why I say Nico is because remember, with the depleted wide receiver core, he's going to be the focus.
He's going to have to be like the focus point.
Does that help or hurt him though? Because now you got guys like
I feel like he's nice. Him and Stroud, and they played against first stringers too. They went on preseason. They had some pretty good drives. I'm gonna say draft. I feel like I need some passes. I need some passes up in here, man.
See, I don't want to give you just an offer pass.
Yeah,
it's
just
crazy
offer
to
pass.
say. Brian Thomas Jr.
You can't ask that either because I'm a big advocate for him. He's a draft because, like I told you, wait, did we have that convo on the pod about our top 10 wide receivers where we talked about him? Did we do that on the pod?
I believe we did.
Okay,
we
just making sure. Just making sure. He's going to be a top 8 wide receiver in the league, so we're drafting that player.
I have a rookie player I want to give you. Obviously, a main focal. Tyler Warren for the Colts.
Tyler Warren, I think, is going to have to be a pass because I think his QBs are just going to let him down.
Okay.
Sadly and vigorously. They're going to let him down.
So you don't think even with his versatility, probably going to be in the backfield, lined up and wide out, he's not going to be able to accumulate some draft points?
He can accumulate draft points, but will there be way better other options?
I see him getting like rushing touchdowns.
But you would draft him over other tight ends. You know who I would even take over him right now?
Who?
Loveland. The person who got drafted before, the person who was actually supposed to be drafted ahead of him, who took his spot, I'm taking him.
I think Tyler Warren's going to have a Taysom Hill role this year.
That is very wild to say.
It's in like a good way. Like
in what way?
Like you're gonna see him in the Wildcat. Like you're gonna see him at QB. You're gonna see him at running back. Because
Warren?
Yeah, Tyler Warren. Because
we're talking about from Penn State.
Yeah.
Did you say he's gonna play QB?
Yeah, he was a former quarterback.
I feel that, but you think he's gonna go right now?
I think they're going to have him run sets at QB. No, like Taysom Hill, like on some Taysom.
I feel what you're saying,
like
but that's still that's like a shock switch when you do that.
The reason why they did it at Penn State, the reason why is because I think because they're so lacking in that department, they're gonna have to get really creative with the offense. So I think to have Tyler Warren, Tyler Warren as like a joker, I like that. That works. So I would say draft.
Okay.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. Now let's get into the quarterbacks. We talked some of the star players, but I want to get into some quarterbacks. Kyler Murray.
I feel like we're me and you are in a disagreement on this. I think that if he does build that rapport with Marvin, like you said, he still has that good tight end. It's gonna be a draft. If he plays like how he did in this preseason, which was preseason, he did not look good. If he plays like that, I'm going to have to pass. If he builds that rapport and has a good actual relationship with his core, then I'll say draft.
Baker Mayfield.
Draft.
Unequivocally?
No question.
You think with his wide receivers and the running back, that's an obvious draft?
I'm looking at that Baker Mayfield jersey right now, man.
I could agree. I'll agree with you. A person who is 92% owned on fantasy, one of the highest rates at quarterback.
Can I guess this real quick?
Go ahead.
It's sorry, J. No.
Bo
Lamar.
Nix. Is he draft or pass at 92%, by the way?
Bo Nix is 92% in what?
In fantasy. Owned. 92% of fantasy owners. I can't. I don't want to get into who I'm picking. I am select number. I know which Bronco I will pick. Bo was not one of them. I was going to say, if Cortland is there, I'm going to pick Cortland. That's just me.
I'm going to pick him just because you said that.
No, you forget I'm the commissioner, and
nobody cares what commissioner, brother. No, you don't, bro.
Like you better gonna push you all the way back.
I'm so sorry that we had to pause the segment. I hope you know that you're gonna have to do like you know how the NBA does a little lottery. You're gonna do a lottery.
Oh, that's what I already had to do. So we're good on there.
But no, Bo next, to see it visually.
But Bo next, what is he draft or pass?
Draft. I mean, 92. I feel like I'd be a little stupid to call him a pass. I'm gonna say draft. Sophomore season.
I'm gonna say pass.
Wow.
Because like I said, I still think the Broncos are going to be good. It's just for fantasy, I I don't know if I'll draft Bo Nix. I don't think he's going to get the amount of touchdowns that he got last year. I think he still puts up good numbers, just not like that.
Give me 3 more. I'm gonna start giving you some.
Justin Herbert.
Herb, I'm gonna say, considering all the other players that I can get, I don't know why this one's tough for me. I'm gonna say pass. I pass. Pass on Herb.
Okay. And I'm gonna give you some flex players. I'm gonna give you 2 players that I think could be decent flex players. And I want you to tell me what you think on these ones. Chuba Hubbard.
Oh, I'm gonna say draft. I'm gonna have to say draft.
And lastly, T. Higgins.
T. Higgs as the 1B. I'm going to take as draft because that's all
a lot of drafts here.
That's all they got.
I can respect that.
Let me give you some. Let me give you some. First one, Jamal Adams. Switching over to the linebacker.
Draft a Pat Fantasy?
Yeah.
A defensive player. You can't draft defensive players.
Are you so serious? Are you serious?
Ladies and gentlemen, you can tell
I've never done fantasy.
This is his first. Yeah, you can draft like a whole team
Why
defense.
is that possible? What do you mean?
You have to draft like a whole team defense, brother.
Pause. So I have to simply pick.
Yeah, you're only gonna have one team.
One team of defense. Why?
Or two.
Has that always? Are you
it's
so
always
serious?
been like that, ladies and gentlemen? This is Ayden Jones'
first
fantasy football.
I'm excited to get into it, but that's a little weird. Why?
Why? You know how long a draft would take if we're drafting defensive players?
I feel like why would you
hours.
not get points from the players though?
You do. Like if somebody gets an interception, you get points from the defense.
Team.
Yeah, from the defense in itself. No.
All right, we'll go for another Adams. Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. I'm going to pass on that. I think Puka Nacua, I think some other weapons on there are going to shine. I actually don't think I think he's going to contribute. I don't think he's going to have an 1,000-yard season or anything like that. Give me a pass on that one.
Bryce Young.
That's another pass.
Pass.
Listen, I like Bryce Young. I just don't think, and I think he's going to step up. For me to put him on my fantasy team, I need you to put up points, and I just don't think he's going to do it at that high of a rate.
I can hear that. Geno Smith.
If you're running out of quarterbacks and Geno's there, take him because he will throw for, excuse my French, he'll throw for a shit ton of yards. So you're going to get points simply off of Geno just chucking it up.
For a controversy one, Chris McCaffrey, are you passing that or are you drafting that?
You know what? If he's there and I already have somebody, why not? It's a why not type of pick. Draft him. There's no harm, no foul. Worst comes to worst, you could trade him, release him. And then, because I feel like running back, especially in fantasy, is so easy. Like you could just pick up, this guy's starting. I think he's going to do good. So it's so easy. So I'll draft though.
Zay Flowers. Yeah, we're going to get technical now.
Draft. Draft. I was going to say pass for a second with the guys like Likely and other guys on that offense. I was thinking of the Webster, too. They got some good guys now.
Some good guys.
But no, I think Zay's still going to be a main focal point, especially in the pass game. Lamar's only gotten better throwing the ball, which amazes me every year. Give me draft. I'll draft Zay Flowers.
Trevor Lawrence.
Pass.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't have to think about that one. Call me crazy. I'd rather have Geno. And for fantasy, at least.
I feel like it depends on what Geno's doing this year.
Geno, go ahead, throw 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I mean, through 4 touchdowns.
Okay. Ladd McConkey.
Pass, and I'm going to tell you why. You know what AFC West receiver I would draft? Kobe Myers.
Pretty decent receiver, but
as a flex, Kobe Myers is tough.
Ladd is nice. I think Ladd's going to have a pretty good sophomore season, too. I think he's going to take on that Cooper Kupp role. And I'm not saying that because I think
Ladd is going to take a step down. I think they were ignoring Ladd. They were disrespecting him coverage-wise his rookie year. I don't think he's going to get that disrespect anymore, and I think it's going to catch up with him. That's all.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's going to be bad. He's going to be a good slot receiver. He's not going to. The other guys on that offense are going to have to step up.
That's fair. Who else? I'm gonna run it out. Give me one.
I still can't believe, you know what? Because we're wrapping it up here. I still can't believe you thought that you could draft defensive
I'm very
players.
surprised about that. Like I like you think I'm playing. I was so serious. I never knew that. You're telling me that. So, pause. How much people can I have on my team?
You're gonna have like 3 quarterbacks. You'll be able to draft like 4 running backs, a couple wide receivers, tight ends, kicker. You need 2 kicker too.
Wait, does everybody have to have the same amount for each position, or is it kind of like you do what you want?
No, like the flex position. Like when you have the flex position, you could plug in a wide receiver, tight end, or a running back. I'm gonna show you after the podcast. But welcome back, everybody, to a special NFL edition of the Get Back Podcast, episode 22. I'm Damian Dusten.
Ayden Jones. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
And peace.